Octobers, this behind us, this didn't exist.
Welcome to Memorial Stadium, the home of the Indiana football team. I'm almost tearing up. It's incredible. I did football 20 years ago.
Pathetic.
Football 2025 IU.
Unbelievable.
The incredible turnaround led by quarterback Fernando Mendoza.
My whole thing is to always stay hungry and always stay in the hunter mentality.
He's going to be the first, I believe, first Cuban American ever to win the Heisman Trophy.
I would say that pressure is a privilege.
He's a football nerd.
Look at us, a bunch of misfits coming together.
And Fernando as a person.
He's definitely the type of young man you want your daughter to marry.
Pretty simple. I win. Google me.
Head coach Curt Cignetti, now a savior in Bloomington.
He's really galvanized the student body, the town, the state of Indiana to become a football place.
The only question now, how far can this team go?
Huge part of my life, but I would say even a larger part of my life is the family and community aspect.
So who exactly is Fernando Mendoza? To answer that, we had to go 1,200 miles south to Miami, Florida.
Do I got to join the union?
Yeah.
Meet Dave Dunn. He coached Mendoza at Columbus High School in Miami.
Yeah, he's a football nerd. He's super intelligent, and I don't mean a football nerd in a bad way.
This isn't an insult.
Yes, he showed up to his very first meeting with me when he was 15 years old with a notebook and a pen. And he took notes in every single meeting.
And Fernando as a person.
He's definitely the type of young man you want your daughter to marry. Fernando's name on it right there. It's pretty cool.
Dunn didn't just coach Fernando, he also coached his younger brother, Alberto.
Every time we've won a state championship, there's been a Mendoza on the roster.
Wow. What a legacy.
Yeah, it's they'll remind me we haven't won one since they've left.
Alberto was Fernando's backup quarterback in high school, and they're still together. Alberto is a Hoosier and Fernando's backup once again.
Loved coaching both of them, and would take either of them back in a heartbeat.
They're extremely competitive with each other, but they're still brothers playing on the same team.
It's what drives them is that they can kind of get under each other's skin in a good way to push themselves to be better, but also being loving and supporting in the same sense.
Fernando also credits his work ethic to his grandparents, who are Cuban immigrants. It may be what helped him get into Yale University for both academics and football, but he turned it down, always hoping he'd end up at a top-tier football program.
I was never a large recruit. I was a 2 out of 5-star recruit.
I was even calling friends in the industry that I'm like, I'm not saying this kid's a can't miss. I go, but he's pretty darn close to it.
You should look at him.
And nobody would bite. And it was frustrating.
Are you having those moments now, like in Pretty Woman, where you're like, big mistake,
big mistake,
huge mistake?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
At the heart of Fernando's success is home. In almost every interview, he mentions two things, his faith and his family.
I'm so proud to be able to play for them and, because they're my why, especially my mom, they're my why.
Fernando and Alberto's mom, Elsa, is living with multiple sclerosis.
She is the most optimistic, positive person and our inspiration.
Back in Indiana, at IU's go-to spot Buffalo's, the boys proudly do their part to raise awareness.
So we have the Buffalo Mendoza brother burger. How did you link up with the Mendoza brothers?
We get this email saying, would you be willing to come up with a burger to support the Mendoza's mom, Elsa, in her fight against MS?
So it's a Cuban in burger form?
Kind of, sort of, yes.
Okay.
It's our spin on the Cuban. They're not doing it to raise money as much as it is just awareness, to do something.
1 or 2, you know what to do. Indiana, Indiana.
With each convincing win, every improbable upset,
You always want to root for the underdog.
the stakes are raised.
I would say that pressure is a privilege.
Fernando's name isn't just being whispered among Heisman talks,
Over there and over there.
it's being chanted.
I mean, Heisman Mendoza has a nice ring to it.
It does, yeah. So I think for him, it's a big part of it's going to be validation that, I am good enough. He's going to be the first, I believe, first Cuban American ever to win the Heisman Trophy.
It's definitely a great honor to be in that conversation.
Curt, welcome to IU.
Curt Cignetti, he's a head coach pulling the Hoosier strings, turning underestimated players into stars, and making the impossible possible for Indiana.
Pretty simple. I win. Google me.
Heisman Trophy is Fernando Mendoza.
Based on the team, though. Great job, bro. You deserved that one.
Fernando, congratulations. The Indiana Hoosiers have a Heisman Trophy. This one is yours. It weighs 25 pounds. Give it a lift. It carries a lot more weight than that.
Honors, the blitzing linebacker was held. On second and very long, Mendoza over the middle, complete. Corey Dyches, the tight end, a transfer from Maryland, the grad transfer in Aggies territory. Play clock down to 5 for Mendoza. Play action for Fernando. To the outside, it's caught. That's the redshirt freshman, Isaiah Hunter. Fernando Mendoza as motion man. Hangs in the pocket, climbs the pocket, and he throws, and it's caught. Touchdown! Isaiah Hunter.
Making their introduction to the ACC a slow start. They're starting to warm up now.
On third down. And they're going to fake it to him and go over the top. It is caught! Touchdown! Isaiah Hunter, the freshman wide receiver. And what an answer from Cal. They go right down the field and score a touchdown of their own. Alabama A&M, but it's a different week here in week 2. Cal's got some playmakers. Third down and 2. Mendoza throws, and it's caught. Touchdown! Hunter, his second of the game already. And somehow he came wide open at the goal line.
Scramble drill. It's one of those deals. You'll always hear a defensive coordinator say, hey, you got to plaster. When the quarterback gets outside the pocket, plaster and cover the wide receivers. But nice.
The first and goal, Cal. Mendoza keeps it. Fernando Mendoza walks in. Touchdown. That was a good decision by the quarterback.
Be the best athlete.
His eligibility for the 2026 NFL Draft, and he joins us right now, Fernando Mendoza. Congratulations. Welcome.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
No, thank you for joining us. I know you have a lot going on, but let's talk about that announcement, though. You are entering the draft. You could have returned back to college, which now is very lucrative, and on top of that, you are a winner with another chance to win. Why enter the draft now?
Yeah, like you said, who knows? NIL nowadays is crazy. You can probably get a couple, cool NIL deals in the college town.
Yeah.
And kids are actually, funny enough, some of them are making more staying in college
For sure.
than going to the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy landscape nowadays. However, my parents, my mentors and coaches, they told me, hey, it's time to go, pushing me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Were you
at
ready
that point,
to go?
it's the right
Were you
decision.
ready? Were you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready. It requires such a new skill set. You need to have your mental game and physical game on a whole nother level. College is great. However, the NFL is just a monstrosity of another game. So I need to improve a lot. However, the people around me think I'm ready. I mean,
You're
Mr.
ready,
Burleson,
bro.
if you think I'm ready,
You're ready,
you play
bro.
so much NFL,
You are ready,
Mr.
Mike.
Mr.
Burleson.
If that's your sample of approval, let's go.
I know when I met him in the green room, he said, I was watching you when I was a little kid. I appreciate that. It makes me feel a little old, but I appreciate that.
You know, it was interesting. He said that he didn't realize how big this was. I go, we're all talking about it, but your dad was saying you guys were in a bubble. You didn't realize this is so huge. When did it dawn on you how big this is? What's happening to you?
Well, Bloomington, great city.
Yes.
And great town. It is like super college, super IU patriotic. And in that town, it's always crazy. It's been crazy since week 1. And I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a Bloomington thing. I didn't realize that it was a national level. It's a national championship.
Sure.
But I didn't realize it was like a national level craze. Okay, Miami, the Hoosiers, this whole thing going on, probably on this great show.
Yes.
And, after stepping out and winning, which thank God we won because it would have been devastating if we didn't.
Figure out myself.
He just walked up here and
They didn't
grabbed the
give us
mic.
a cue card. They just brought him up on
Who
stage.
is this?
Well, what's the name of our podcast?
With the first pick.
Heisman
Trophy.
That was a good one.
Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza. And I'll just start with this, and then we'll get going because he's a busy young man. I was talking to a team last night that had a chance to interview him already. He's probably interviewed with every team, although he should probably only interview with one. The smartest player this guy had talked to, and he's been doing this for a long time, went on the board, no issues with the recall. And that's when you talk to his teammates, the same thing. And I'll just say this about your teammates. You talked to Kalen Black, D'Angelo Ponce, talked to Elijah Surratt today, and they all had great things to say about you. But they said your guy, Cougs, best pregame speech guy ever.
Ever. And I have so many good things to say about them. They might be hyping me up a little too much. Those guys are the real studs. Cougs, Kalen Black, Elijah, Cooper. I mean, we have a lot of other guys at the Combine, too. Aiden Fisher, Lewis Moore, Ryan Okowski, all those guys are absolute studs. And the way that Cougs, our team molded so well because we truly had 6 captains on offense and like 8 captains on defense. Yeah. So at that point, if you're out of line, you're going to get put in line real quick.
Yeah. So when we talk about scouting the quarterback position, you hear the word arm talent being thrown around a lot, whatever that means. That's not one of my favorite terms. But you look for guys with elite traits. Mm-hmm. And to me, your elite traits, your toughness and your ability to place the ball wherever, where did you develop that? Or is that just something that's innately been a part of your game?
Well, I would say the toughest aspect of it is because I truly do want it so much. I want it so much, whether it's a 4th and 5 against Miami, whether it's in practice. This is something I've dreamed of my whole entire life, and it's such a small window, this opportunity, so I'm going to do everything possible to do this. So toughness is never going to be an issue, especially when staying on the field, whether you get knocked down. I've always gotten back up, and I let those failures lead to successes. And I would say accuracy is the number one thing you need in a quarterback. In the NFL, the windows are so small. You have great anticipation, timing, and accuracy. Of course, I wish I could throw the ball 100 yards. However, I believe accuracy is the number one trait. And with all the arm talent in the world, I believe that you need accuracy to be a great NFL quarterback.
Let me ask one.
Day on April 1st with all 32 NFL teams in attendance to watch the 23 Hoosier seniors, including the belle of the ball, projected first overall pick, quarterback Fernando Mendoza.
I'm just trying to be the best me possible. And in that aspect, whatever team picks me, you only need one team to believe in you, whether you're the first pick, whether you're the last pick, whatever. And in that, I'm just trying to be the best quarterback I can be in September rather than right now here in April.
Mendoza completed 63 of 66 passes on the day in front of the NFL scouts. The 3 incompletions? Drops that hit the receivers square in the hands. When all was said and done, his teammates could not sing his praises enough.
Man, it was a blessing from him, man. He's a great guy. He's real humble. He's a team first player, and he's always emphasized that regardless of any situation. And like I said, he's just a great player and a great guy.
Very appreciative. I think that speaks to Fernando's character. You know, everybody talks about how great of a guy he is, but it really is true. I mean, great guy, great family, and you know, it shows in all the little stuff that he does, like throwing with us, or you know, we started throwing 4 days ago, and a lot of people probably don't know that. So he really just wanted to help us out and help us showcase what we could do. So I appreciate him a lot for it.
Whilst Mendoza improves his stock to potentially be Indiana's first ever first overall pick, his stock wasn't his number one reason to throw at Indiana's Pro Day.
Oh, because it's just serving my teammates, and they've done so much for me. I would not be the same player. You know, there's been so many times throughout the season they've saved my butt, and it's just a working relationship, and those are my best friends for life. So it's really special for me to be out here today, and just really appreciate them.
With the conclusion of Pro Day, that was the last time these players will perform in cream and crimson and Indiana branded across their chest. But now they'll look forward to fulfilling even more dreams.
It was a little bittersweet. Obviously, this being my home for 2 years. Like I said, I think I said it at the parade, best 2 years of my life.
I just want to appreciate y'all for the last 2 years. These last 2 years have been the best 2 years of my life, and I appreciate y'all.
But bittersweet, but honestly, all good things have to come to an end. And to be real, the NFL was a lifelong dream of mine, so I couldn't pass that up.
Now, these Hoosiers are on to the league in all the flack that comes with it.
I mean, you got to earn your right. I'm coming in as a rookie, bottom of the totem pole, and I got to earn it each and every day.
The NFL draft begins on Thursday, April 23rd.
Going for the corner. It's caught. It's Surratt. It is touchdown.
9 carries, 74 yards, averaging 8.2 per tote. Look at that! Touchdown, Surratt! MB remains the setback out of the shotgun. Mendoza's pass is caught. This time EJ for the payday.
Movement by Brady on the right side. Mendoza, again, he's got some time to throw. He tucks and goes. Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza across the middle. The strike to Cooper. Mendoza. Touchdown catch. On 1st and goal. Fade route. Pass caught. Jonathan Brady after the 2-minute timeout. Mendoza sits in the pocket, floats, and Omar Cooper Jr.
Mendoza looks, steps into one, end zone, touchdown! E.J. Williams, 11 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looking for more here. To the end zone, wide open, Waffle House. Quarterback Mendoza. 2nd and goal, Mendoza, end zone, touchdown. Too easy. Elijah Surratt has it.
Right back to the air, to the end zone, touchdown Indiana. Right back to the air, Mendoza, sideline. Got a wide open man, big hitter to E.J. Williams. Linebacker blitz, Mendoza drilled and put it right on the money. To get to the 39 here on 3rd and 10. Slant, a run, and there he goes. Elijah Surratt, touchdown Indiana.
Shift on the defensive front for the Ducks. Mendoza going to go on the sideline and got it complete to Surratt. Here comes the pressure. Throws to the corner.
Fernando, the fight in this team to find a way to get this done, what does it mean?
Such a gritty battle, but at the end of the day, we came out on top because we have such great synergy and we're willing to die for one another. We're willing to risk our bodies, put our bodies on the line in order to get this win. This was so important for us, so important for IU, so important for the locker room. We're willing to do everything possible to get this win, and we did to get the win.
How do you describe the heart and spirit of your brothers on this team?
You can't even use words to it. I'm stuttering right now because you can't even use words to it. They're my brothers for life, and it's been the most special brotherhood. I'm so emotional about it, I can't even process it. Usually I had most of that tears, but they're my brothers for life, and it's such a special group of guys. No one I'd rather do it with.
Congrats,
Fernando, I saw you approach your family, your mom and your dad. You're back home. Put into words to us and all the Hoosier Nation watching right now what it means to win this championship and accomplish a huge goal like this.
First national championship in IU history. What a great Cinderella story. What a fantastic season. Cap off such a historic season, especially in Miami. You know, a lot of players on our team are from Miami, which is what a special season. I mean, Hoosier Nation showed out. I think we basically got home field advantage in their place. So it's just a great opportunity and just such an amazing thing.
How much do your teammates mean to you to accomplish this with them, with Coach Cignetti, be on top of the college football world?
Everything. Our locker room's so tight, I wouldn't rather do it with any other people. Those guys are my guys for life, whether through thick or through thin. They've stuck through me throughout the season, and I've always stuck with them, especially with guys.
Take us through that.